When I went into the audition room, I was asked stories about working with Clint Eastwood because they knew that I had just done the movie and that it was about to come out. And they asked me, how was it working with him and all this stuff. And I told this story about this scene that I had to film in Jersey Boys where I had to drive a car, but being born and raised in New York City, I didn't learn to drive a car until I moved to Las Vegas and I was 22 years old, which is a bit later than most people learn to
Sure.
drive.
Sure.
What I really didn't know how to drive at all, and still don't to this very day, is a stick shift. And I had to do that in Jersey Boys because it was those old cars.
Mm-hmm.
And Clint is a really calm guy. He really is. And he's incredible. But the one thing that gets on his nerves is when like things like cars don't work. And I kept stalling out the car as I had to pull into the scene. It was me and John Lloyd Young in the car, and I was driving. And it didn't work, and it didn't work. And on the third try, it didn't work. And in my rear view mirror, no joke, I see Clint Eastwood walking up the hill, coming to the car. And I just remember saying to John Lloyd, going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And he comes up to the car and he
You
goes,
don't want Clint Eastwood mad at you.
exactly. And he comes up to the car, he comes up to the side of the car, and I'm, sweating bullets at this point. And he's like, what's wrong? Why isn't it working? And I was just like, it was horrifying. And I told this story at my Madam Secretary audition, and I got the part. So I'm convinced to this day it had nothing to do with my performance as Blake Moran. It was my impression of Clint Eastwood not liking me.